to... so we...
Hello?
Are we happy... Hello?
Hello! We'll just do a test of me standing up saying hello, and then...
Doing a test.
And we should all
Me
stand
leaning
up
forward.
and say hello. I think that's how we should... It's formal greeting. Come on, everyone.
Oh, God, it's a long way up. Oh, head rush.
Hello! Typical. Right, and we sit back down.
Okay, done.
So I guess it's welcome to the finally named Vanderhoff and Co.
Who's the and co? Is it all of us or just one of us? Who's Vanderhoff? Probably what I should have asked.
It's Noah Vanderhoff, the fictional owner of Noah's Arcade.
It's true. He is cool and he is hip.
And fresh.
Unfortunately, he's too cool for us to be here right now.
He is.
Yeah.
As well as
He is.
being fictional.
Yeah.
No, I thought that helped the situation. But
He runs a coin-up arcade.
Where there's two of every title.
There is.
Yes. But I've...
It wasn't even. It was only when you explained that to me. You said two of every title. When you actually told me that, that's when I got Noah's Arcade.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I've watched this film probably over 50 times, even in the cinema, and didn't get that reference.
I'm texting.
Well, that's
rude.
I'm texting my mum. Because it's Easter weekend. We're going to try and do something. But I thought we'd
For the
try...
rebirth of
It's
Christ.
Easter weekend, so we can kind of get the podcast a bit quicker, rather than the 3-month turnaround that we had on the last one.
And
But
maybe
I don't
having.
actually have any hot cross buns to celebrate Easter weekend, so breakfast is ruined already.
ruined.
Ruined.
Have you tried the hot cross buns with the chocolate inside?
Don't like them.
Oh, okay.
Hot
Don't
cross buns
like
with chocolate inside.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I've got
Is
that.
this about as topical as we're going to get?
This
It's
is
Easter
this
weekend.
is Easter
We're talking
weekend.
about hot cross buns.
With chocolate inside.
Well, instead of raisins, they're chocolate, little chocolate drops of joy. Apart from when you cook them and then they're real hot.
Sultanas.
They're not sultanas, they're chocolate.
No. It's not raisins. It's sultanas.
Oh damn it! It's been corrected on my Easter knowledge on hot cross buns.
You're going to get schooled on hot cross bun knowledge, my friend.
Oh, I should have realised.
You don't get a stunning figure like mine through not
Eating.
consuming and knowing about hot cross buns.
All about them. Hot cross buns.
They're the best. That's the best thing about Easter. That and Cadbury's cream eggs. Plug. So it's been a while since we've got together. What's everyone been up to game-wise?
So say,
I know, it's dangerous ground.
I'm doing a lot of stuff, but gaming-wise,
Got your fingers in many pies.
so many pies right now.
Fingers are hot.
The only kind of gaming I've been able to do is all handheld gaming because that's the only, I've been away for quite some time. So I
At Her Majesty's pleasure?
yeah I wish. So I've actually downloaded a couple of emulators onto my my Android device, and I've been playing a couple of old-fashioned games like Pokemon and stuff. Just to after the last episode you mentioned about
Pokemon.
and you were saying, oh, he's pressing B
Yeah.
to stop evolving. I
Yes.
completely now get that reference. I didn't
Yeah.
get it.
Wow. It's all about pressing that B button.
It's all about
It
pressing
is.
that B
But
button.
yeah.
And now I completely
Stop
understand.
evolving.
That was it. Yeah.
What Pokemon have you been playing?
It's Fire Red, I think it was. Is that the second one released, or was
Are
that the
those
remake?
Fire Red's
Reds.
the advanced
Game Boy
versions, aren't
GBA
they?
version, yeah.
Yeah, it was got a Game Boy Advance.
GBA title. Which was, I think it was the third release, wasn't it? Because you had
I'm gonna
gold
say-
and silver after
it was,
red.
yeah.
Third or
Not knowing, but-
fourth? Third or fourth?
I kind of went out of...
I
was
zoned out
of
after
the
red
Pokemon
and
loop for a
blue.
little while.
Yeah, I went red, blue, and then I didn't go gold and silver because I just didn't like the idea. Because I always believed 151 was the number that you need to worry about.
151 is the number.
It is. It's the magic number.
Oh, don't even talk to me about 151. They had a recent Pokemon tournament, Saturday, in fact.
It was recent.
It was very recent, and I have been training my team to enter said event, and previously playing on a non-legitimate copy of White 2, in which I was able to acquire a Mew. I was able to get 2, in fact.
Two Mew.
Two Mew.
Was it not a Mewtwo?
It wasn't a Mewtwo.
It was just two Mews.
Two Mews. And in trying to transfer them across...
I had this issue with a couple of the Pokemon that I liberated as well.
I managed to trade them into a legitimate copy of White too.
Yeah.
I then went to put them into Pokemon Bank, and it said there were a couple of Pokemon were problematic.
Yeah, I had that as well.
But only on my Mews.
Oh.
All of my other ones were fine. My shiny Eevee that I had. Yeah, and shiny Lucario.
I remember you telling me about your shiny Lucario.
I gained a shiny Eevee and trained it up and evolved it into a Sylveon.
Oh,
that thing was a beast for about
2 minutes.
Yeah, until it got the floor wiped with it. My Aggron, though, on the other hand, Mega Evolved. Damn,
girl!
He used Earthquake and it was game over.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I won 2 out of 5. So I got some posters. That was cool posters, though. It has all which Pokemon were introduced in which titles on them.
Oh wow, that is
That's
actually
pretty
cool.
cool.
3 posters in total, and it had the games and the Pokemon lists on each.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
It's like,
I gotta find
who's
some
that
room for
Pokemon? All over
I
again.
was going to say, do you have room to put up more
I
stuff?
don't, but I will be finding room.
Why not the baby's room?
He's already got a Super Mario Galaxy 2 poster up.
That's only
the,
one poster.
I know, he's...
He's old enough to understand what 151 Pokemon are.
I was going to say, when you're going to introduce Pokemon to him, I mean, he has to know from quite a young age.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Pokemon soft toys that he plays with. Got Gengar,
Obviously.
and a Pikachu.
What about a Pikachu?
No, a Pichu, do you mean?
Pichu, is that what I meant to say?
I think the pre-evolved one, the little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got Tepig.
A Tepig.
Tepig as well, but he's not that interested.
He doesn't
He's
go-
not a cuddly toy.
He doesn't pick up and go, Tepig! Tepig!
Oh, if only. No, he's not a soft toy kind of a baby.
Little guy.
He's got cars and stuff. He's quite happily playing with them. Cars and trains. Loves them.
He's going to grow up to love Grand Theft Auto.
Or Ridge Racer.
Or he might be one of those strange ones that likes Gran Turismo.
Oh yeah.
I like the first one. Can't get into because it's like, well, I can drive, so I can just go out.
See, I liked Gran Turismo 1, 2 and 3.
I like Gran Turismo 1.
Gran Turismo 2 I probably
Gran
played the
Turismo
most.
1, amazing soundtrack.
Yeah, it is, yes.
See, I thought Gran Turismo 2 had a better soundtrack than Gran Turismo 1.
I still like playing... I'm trying to remember the song. I've got it on here.
A lot of feeder on Gran Turismo 2.
Yes. Well, there's always been a lot of feeder in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've got all of the PS2 Gran Turismos.
The PS... Is that you talking about GT3? That's amazing.
GT3.
Garbage as this heaven is wide. Going around the...
GT1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going around Autumn Ring. I love that song.
I actually bought I found the physical CD release for it and bought that.
Limneck.
It's got some excellent tunes on it. The one track it didn't have on there was the remix of the Chemical Brothers remix of Everything Must Go by the Manic Street Preachers. That was the opening
Intro.
music.
Love that song. Yeah, I really love that
It's
song.
an amazing remix. But I've not been, because you've got GT5 Prologue that was out for ages.
Yeah,
That was out first before GT5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then GT6, and I haven't got the interest in playing them. It's like the real driving sim. It's like I much prefer something when you're going to fire an attack at someone like Mario Kart or Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Or
Vigilante 8.
Something that isn't going to
Played
happen.
it.
Oh, you never played it?
Vigilante 8 is good.
The Nintendo 64 version was really good, but the remake which they put onto the Xbox was just a scaled down version of what it was, and they have a lot less ammo, a lot less weapons on there. There's not as many characters, and they just didn't have the same feel to it. So they had a good idea, but then they just didn't implement it as well. It was like they're just being lazy.
I've got Vigilante 8 2 on Dreamcast.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Oh, okay.
That'd be a good one to play. The
That's a big-
Dreamcast one runs quite well anyway.
Dreamcast is...
Haven't played it, but I might find some time.
Dreamcast is
soon.
such an awesome console.
Oh, yes.
Such an awesome console. Shame. Poor old Sega.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why I chose to go for complete collection on Dreamcast, but it's slowed a lot now.
How many have you got? How many you got left to do?
Dreamcast titles, I've got 99.
How many are there in total?
200 and... It's like 240 or something.
Oh, okay.
But I've got some of the rarer ones, which is nice. It's just...
The others.
Yeah.
All them
I've got
others.
Moho.
Moho?
Moho. That's one of the rare ones.
What the hell is Moho?
What the hell is Moho? Still haven't played it.
No.
It's like a Tony Hawk's kind of a game, but you're this robot on a single ball,
Wheel.
kind of, and you roll around on that.
Okay.
I watched some footage on YouTube of it, but I haven't played it.
Not yet.
No.
One day.
No. I have, however, played the sort of 75% finished version that they released around Christmas of Toe Jam and Earl 3. That was never released.
Nice.
But I didn't have any sound on it because I just hadn't. It takes a lot of rewiring to hook the sound up properly at home for the older consoles.
Yeah.
But that was quite good fun.
Was that on the Dreamcast as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the original Toe Jam and Earl, but it was third person rather than being top down.
To the side-ish.
Yeah.
It was a real strange look on the Toe Jam and Earl games. Fun, but there was a real strange look to it.
Second one, I like the second one's my favourite.
Oh, really?
Panicon Funkatron.
Yes.
When you go into the Hyperfunk zone,
Yeah.
and it's like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, it's exactly like that.
It
You
is.
watch it, you think, oh my god, that's a very good.
Or you've played the
accurate.
game and you know
Yeah.
that is the noise.
See, I had the first one the most on the Mega Drive. That's what I remember the most, was playing it from the first one. So what game did you play? What game have you been playing recently?
Last night I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 13-2 because I've got 13-2 now and
13 and a half.
13 and a half and Lightning Returns. I've picked that up.
Any good?
I haven't played Lightning Returns because I'm kind of holding off on that to try and
Until
play a
you
bit
finish the storyline of 13-2, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of
I'm doing a lot of that, yeah.
nodding there.
I'm doing a lot of...
eye
God.
nodding, eye
It's
rolling.
been so
with
long
nod.
since I played 13 that I was having to really try and catch up with the plot. It was like playing Guns of the Patriots and reading online the stories of Snake Eater and Substance and going through and talking to you and finding out what the hell had been going on.
Yeah.
And I still haven't the foggiest. I know that Liquid cut his arm off.
Liquid.
Cut his arm off, and you could probably tell us better.
Ocelot, isn't Ocelot the one who loses his arm?
Yeah, and he gets Liquid's
Like DNA into him, and then becomes like a amalgamation of Revolver, Ocelot, and Liquid.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Still haven't played Ground Zeroes.
I haven't played Ground Zeroes yet. No, it looks really nice. Looks like it's going to play really smooth, but I'm probably not going to actually end up playing it. Is that the short story one, the hour and a half one?
Yeah.
Might just catch it on YouTube and just watch a playthrough.
I've heard it's really, really short. Like, people have just finished it far quicker than an hour and a half.
Like an hour and a half.
And it's still a full price title, isn't it? It's still
you are
$39.99.
starting to find a lot more pre-owned coming in.
Really?
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
Blood. Yeah, it's like a really expensive demo, basically.
Oh, it's a shame because obviously in Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, they actually added in the additional pre-game. That's where you actually play as Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid 2, and then you play as Raiden for the rest of the game. Raiden. Did you just say nerd? Not nerd. Node. Oh. Oh.
I like Raiden in Revengeance.
Is he better in
Revengeance is
that?
an awesome game.
Because in Metal Gear Solid 2, he is a slightly annoying character.
Jack.
Oh, Jack. Remember the day we met, Jack?
I don't get any of that. I haven't played it.
Oh,
No.
really?
I know.
And I've not been a big fan of MGS. I need to get... I was last time I played it was when I was a real small kid and wasn't a massive fan of it.
So a
personally.
really small kid.
Well, as a really small kid, yeah. I wasn't 6'7".
No, I was a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid growing up. Real big fan. Probably more from Metal Gear Solid 2 onwards, and then I went back to Metal Gear Solid 1 with Twin Snakes on the GameCube.
Oh, Twin Snakes.
Yeah, it's Twin Snakes is absolutely amazing. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2 was a really good. I remember when they postponed it and I had to wait an extra 6 months, and I was like, no, I've got to wait extra time to play as Solid Snake, and then it was like an hour and a half of greatness followed by about 9 hours of Raiden. Thanks, Hideo Kojima.
I think I liked Twin Snakes the most because it had, because there was something about the original Metal Gear Solid that had the story was excellent, and it didn't have too much. It wasn't like the newer ones. It didn't have too much thrown into it because you were limited. But then with Twin Snakes, you had the extended cutscenes, like when Raiden first shows up. Grey Fox.
Yeah, Grey Fox.
Were you about to?
Yeah, I was about to correct you so quick.
Correction look in your eyes. When Grey Fox first turns up, when you're fighting Ocelot.
Yeah.
And there's an actual scene between them, and he's dodging Ocelot's attacks, and yes.
Who are you?
I am like you. I have no name.
That's the Grey Fox bit.
Yeah. I always liked when he's holding up Rex's foot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he's like, like that.
Bring me Peter Pan.
So yeah, Final Fantasy 13-2, which it's alright. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I was going to play the demo of Lightning Returns, and I thought,
I
put the full
played the
game on
demo, and I don't know. I just haven't enjoyed the new reign of Final Fantasy. It's just getting a bit stale.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I couldn't decide what demos to play because I had limited time to play last night, and I was going to play the demo for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is out on.
It's
PS3.
out today. No, it's out next week, 24th.
Is it? Yeah, 24th.
25th.
But,
Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to
25th.
give the demo a go of that. And I've also got the demo of Ninja Turtles Out of the
Shadows. Out of the Shadows.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the first subject that I've got written on. It's the same list from last time, but it's got 2 other bits put on.
A few added features.
Yes.
They're like little demonic stars there.
They are.
It's like DLC.
Yeah, they're,
How much do I have to pay for those bits?
Well, you can either buy them separately at a higher price, or you can get a season pass where it's a really good value.
for those extra bits.
Or you
$5.99
can
each.
buy a shark card.
What, for £6?
Yeah, £6.
But you have to wait 6 months in advance.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know it.
So I will hold that thought there. Phil, what have you been playing lately?
What have I been playing? Last night I started playing Dark Souls 2.
Oh?
All of the fun.
How
All
much
of the
did
fun.
you die?
I let myself die about 4 times, and I was just like, I need to chill out for a bit. Because, I need to chill.
Were you getting a bit frustrated?
Well, everyone gets a bit frustrated at that game. Even though it's your own personal fault, you still get a bit frustrated.
Never played it.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's the clicky sound.
Clip.
Phil, you really should use a coaster.
No, it's not the coaster sound, it's the...
Not the coaster sound.
This is going to...
I thought the coaster sound was... Oh,
Or me just standing at the bottom going, I'm not going on that.
Is that, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Phil doesn't like roller coasters.
I hate roller coasters. Not in control. Don't like being out of control.
I love roller coasters.
Yeah, I love roller coasters.
Well, if we ever go to a theme park, you can stand at the bottom with my wife.
Does she not like roller coasters either?
No.
Oh wow.
So,
We're going to enjoy that day out to Fort Park. Last time I went, I got the 2 other people that I went with. One of them was not feeling it, and the other person doesn't like roller coasters. And I was like, "Well, that's
That wasn't me.
No, you weren't there that day.
No.
And I was just like, "Well, let's go to a theme park and spend a lot of money out there, and then not go on all the rides." That's.
I will go on a few of them, but the last time I went to... Which one's the one near London?
Everything's near London in England.
Whoa.
It's either Thorpe or Chessington.
Thorpe
Park. Yeah,
Thorpe Park.
Because that's like Sussex, isn't it?
And I went on the one...
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the one that
Colossus.
No, I didn't go on the roller coaster. I went on the one that swings you up and around and
The
swings.
teacups.
Oh,
No, well, yeah,
is it like a pendulum and then it goes round?
yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Vortex.
The
I
Vortex.
don't like that one.
Plug.
Love the Vortex.
Plug.
Plug.
It's the one that it does 0 to 80 in like 2 seconds. Stealth.
Yeah.
I love that ride.
I really like Thorpe Park because it's obvious that I just know all the rides. You start explaining the rides, I will tell you what they are.
Saw ride and
Didn't go on that one.
Stealth.
Yeah, Saw ride's good. I actually am a big fan of Nemesis Inferno as well. I do like Nemesis Inferno. At the front, when you go on the very front, it's really cool.
I only went on 2 rides, which was that one, the Vortex, and then the Magic Carpet. And the Magic Carpet, I was like that, and the
Really?
Vortex one, yeah.
The Magic Carpet's a kids' ride. It's
Yeah, I
actually
know.
the kids'
Yeah, I know. And I was scared.
On their website, it gives it a 2 out of 5 thrill rating, and that's their website.
2 out of 10 Phil rating.
2 out of 5 thrill rating. Thrill rating.
Phil rating.
2 out of 10 Phils.
Do not go on this ride. Said by Phil. Quote unquote. You need to get to work,
There's all
Thorpe
these little
Park.
kids going, oh, he's 6'7", but he still wouldn't go on the ride. He didn't even know without my mummy, and I was fine.
He can't even ride the Magic Carpet.
You should go to Portland's Park. It's a bit tamer,
It's
Is it?
actually
and
a
they've
real,
got Peppa Pig World.
yeah. It's
Oh, that sounds like my cup of tea.
it's a real hoot. Real hoot.
I said that at Poland's Park. apparently.
Colossus
Colossus,
with the
yeah.
5.
10 loop roller coaster, world's first.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really big fan of that one.
I'm alright, thanks.
You're right there, Phil.
Yeah, I'm alright.
You don't like going upside
This, I
down.
think it's the
Inside
thought
out.
of it now. You can see the
Well,
colours.
I'm going dizzy.
Your head is
That's
spinning.
your one contact lens.
Oh wow, that doesn't help the situation. Dark Souls.
Dark Souls 2. So, what? I've not played it, and all I hear is it's a good game, but it is hard as nails.
It is freaking fantastic game. It's really difficult, and yeah, it's so engrossing. It's just like you start off and there's like you haven't even. You start the first one. I'd never played Demon Souls, but Demon Souls was the first one they ever made, and then went on to Dark Souls because it was Demon Souls was only on the PS3, but Dark Souls.
I think
You might have
I've
that. I think it was a
played
free
Demon's Souls, yeah.
title. I think it was free for PlayStation Network.
I'm
People,
nodding.
you're nodding. He's nodding. And then Dark Souls came out, and then I got Dark Souls the Xbox 360, gave it a bit of a bash, and yeah, died a few hundred, maybe 1,000 times, somewhere around that region. But yeah, it's so easy to die. Anything can kill you. You have to be so cautious about everything, and you have to think that you're going to die at any second. Otherwise, you will die. If you think you're doing a Skyrim and just running straight through things, you'll just die within about 2 seconds. You can't be that happy-go-lucky sort of, yeah, this is fine, it's a cave, nothing's going to attack me. Look, there's random things, just like, there's certain situations where things just pop out and you haven't even noticed it, but there's like a tiny little gap and it will just pop out, eat you alive, and you're dead.
When you saying earlier on about like how many people have died on the game since it
Yeah,
started?
I think it's about like 6 million.
6 million deaths.
Yeah, since that game's come out. So it's just not many.
Or
obviously.
Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, Dark Souls 2. No, not many.
See, I've never played it, so I don't actually know how it all works yet. But I probably will have a quick look at it myself, actually, because I'm interested about how it plays. When you say things like Skyrim, there's dungeons, I'm like, oh, hello.
It's got dungeons. It's not the first-person view. It's a third-person view.
Yeah, third-person RPG, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, what? Anything else?
Went back to playing Bravely Default for a bit. Haven't played much of that. Still enjoying
I've
it.
got a demo of that on my 3DS.
Yeah, the demo isn't the game. The demo is like a separate game they made just because it's another storyline. So it's well worth, if you are going to get the game, just finish the demo. But I don't know where the demo part of it leads into the actual game, because I haven't been able to find out anywhere, personally. / I haven't looked into it because I don't want to get any spoilers.
Aha.
Mainly because I'm playing on the hardest mode and dying quite quickly most of the time.
Yeah, you do like playing your games on the
Hardest level, and then crying myself to sleep, rocking backwards and forwards.
I'm starting to think I should play my games on easy, because the little time I get to play them now, I might actually get to finish one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a load of games that I'm about 3/4 through, and
I do that quite a lot as well, actually. I used to always try and
So
complete games.
frustrating.
Now I always end up getting to about 75% and then going, you know what, I'll finish this another day, and then that never really happens. It's depressing. It's sad.
it is.
These are games that deserve ending.
Endings. They deserve all of their endings. But then, I've been playing a bit of Grand Theft Auto as well, but I've got like 10 medals left to get, gold medals, and I've finished all the achievements / trophies, however you want to play it. And I'm a happy man.
I'm on my second playthrough. I've just done I'm just doing the mission Blitz play.
Which is further than someone we know already. Not giving away names, obviously. No. We don't want to give away names of these individuals, but these individuals know who they are, who haven't actually played the game very much. / they bought the game on the day of release and said, "Why is the online not working?"
Is this the Minecraft friend?
This is the Minecraft
friend.
Minecraft friend.
Redstone, look behind it.
I don't think he has yet because he's not mentioned anything about that.
Well, then this will be an ongoing saga throughout the podcast
until we find out.
Minecraft update.
As soon as it happens, we'll let you know. Maybe not as soon as it happens.
Maybe I can try and
force it. We'll just stand in this room.
No, because it won't be as good.
Funny, no. We need it
to
a
hollow victory.
Exactly. It needs to be amazing. It needs to be like that moment when he calls me up or texts me and say, "Why the hell has this just happened?" And then I'll be like, "I don't know. Ask Phil."
Everything's burning.
I can't stop it. What do I do? Oh no! This is how
you're giving away a bit too much information here because he might listen.
The fridge.
No.
Why is this thing constantly spawning zombies?
This is how you get ants.
And I just want to change it away from
constantly spawning zombies.
Oh, well.
See, I'm a Minecraft virgin. I've not played it.
Because you don't want to play it, because you don't want to get addicted.
I will miss my son growing up.
It's like meth. You start
Minecraft, not just once.
You just start taking it and you realise how great it is, and then next thing you know, teeth retention isn't as important as it used to be.
Take it in just a bucket in the corner.
That's it. Just
wash myself with a rag on a stick.
Yeah.
Once you start playing Minecraft, that's it. I haven't played it for a couple of months on purpose, just to wean myself off it. It was dark times for the first couple of hours, and then after about a week or two, you start getting back into civilization. It's nice. It's nice to be able to go outside and
not look at things as blocks.
Yeah. You don't walk down the road and look at a tree and go, "I can make that into a fort."
And you start attacking it with your hands, like, I'm going to knock this one down.
It's going to take ages. My hand's starting to bleed. What the hell's gone wrong? And then you just pick up a can and you start hitting the can on it, and it just runs out real quick because it's made out of tin.
Yeah.
And then that farmer got that restraining order on you.
Yeah, well, that was a whole other story. I was really embarrassed about that.
It's all about the sheep again, wasn't it?
The sheep.
That old chestnut.
Oh, that old chestnut. Anyway.
I thought, because there's the
things.
Spider-Man coming out soon, new Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2, just there. Look, it's just there.
Yes.
Spider-Man 2.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. I had to explain to my wife about, she was like, "Oh, don't know why they're doing another Spider-Man 2. I'm like, now hang on a minute. This is Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Not Spider-Man 2.
Because in the comics they have the different universes, so each storyteller and artist gets to tell their own version of the story, so it's not a reboot, it's a different, it's a variation of the same character." She's like, "Oh, okay, I don't care." And by that point she was asleep.
Is Dr. Octopus going to be in this one?
Not this one, no.
Shame.
This one is Rhino and Electro and Green Goblin.
Nobody says no to me.
Yes, Green Goblin.
Nobody says no to me.
Yeah. I was thinking, was it Hobgoblin, but it's not, because different.
I'm not. If you say Green Goblin, I'm not going to do it again.
Green Goblin.
I'm not going to say it.
Good.
Green Goblin?
Although, the third one was on the other day, and I actually quite like the third one.
I think I like that one.
I'm not a big Spider-Man fan.
No?
No, not a big Spider-Man fan.
I
don't like him.
I
find him quite rude.
I think I like Tobey Maguire more than
Spider-Man. I think a lot of people do.
Actually, no. I think I like the Tobey Maguire story.
Tobey Maguire story.
Yeah.
You'd be all over it.
That'll probably be on like daytime television.
On that I can't think what that channel is called.
Well, in America, ABC or something like that, or
Channel 5.
Yeah.
No, it would be Channel 5.
Or the Hallmark channel.
Hallmark channel.
Yeah,
I can see it on Hallmark.
Well, no, because Tobey Maguire was in that thing I was talking about, the Will Ferrell thing, where he's the writer of this bizarre
Oh
kind
yeah,
of oil baron series, and he plays Eric John Roche.
John Rush.
John Roche.
As you
Who's
do.
the author of The Spoils of Babylon. That's funny stuff. He marries a mannequin who talks. She's British.
She's British.
Yeah, but she doesn't actually move. She
Was
just
she-
talks.
Is she born in England?
Yes, she's
a
like
mannequin.
she's like a lady or something.
And she's a mannequin.
Yeah.
This is going... Whoa! Blown my mind.
It's such a stupid series. And Tim Robbins is in it as he plays his Tobey Maguire's character's adopted dad.
Nice.
Who's this oil baron who invents this fuel-efficient carburettor that's going to change the world. It's stupid.
But she's a mannequin.
Yeah, he comes back from the war and marries a mannequin, who she then is set fire to by his jealous half-sister.
They don't go all crazy on the mannequins. Kirsty Swanson and Kim Cattrall played mannequins in Mannequin 1 and Mannequin 2. Mannequin on the Move. Boom.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
And then you got Chucky. He was
Oh yeah, it was technically a little doll
technically
thing.
a little doll thing that came alive.
See, I was a big fan of the
Alf.
Child's Play movies. Alf.
Just had it. I had a toy Alf, so I just.
By the first series, I completely couldn't remember what was going on.
Alf was amazing. He was so rubbish. And oh my god, where did we get? Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And so they've got the game coming out soon, which I read today. The Xbox One version has been. Looks like it's been delayed indefinitely.
Oh wow.
With no reasons behind it. They're just saying that the dates of it looks like it's not coming out on Xbox One.
Is it just they know that movie tie-in video games usually are rubbish?
Yeah, quite possibly. But then it is
Made by Activision.
It's a Sony, but Spider-Man's a Sony license, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
That's true.
they might be going for the old exclusivity on that, because the Ghostbusters game, again as a Sony license, was an exclusive for like 3 or 4 months before it was released on Xbox.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the pre-order came with a T-shirt on the PlayStation version, because I got that T-shirt. But yeah, what I wanted to, because we've got Spider-Man coming out, so you've got the tie-in game coming out soon, except for Xbox One, and then you've got the new Ninja Turtles, which is coming out soon, which they've released this Out of the Shadows,
That
which
was
isn't
some
a
time
movie
ago.
tie-in, but
No.
they have just
I
gone
haven't.
for another push.
Is that the
on it.
up to 4 people playing at once? With really bad graphics on cutscenes. It looks like a little 14-year-old boy's drawn them.
Not entirely sure. But
Oh.
I have heard it's not that good.
Yeah.
I just downloaded it because I couldn't get a copy of Turtles in time. But what I wanted to, what I thought would be quite amusing to talk about, was our favourite games from movies.
I actually have that written down.
Have you?
Yeah, that's really cool.
We're so awesome.
It was actually, I was going to say, my one was going to be, what 80s action movie would you like to see rebooted as a video game?
Oh, is that on the fact that they've just done Rambo?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that
God.
looks so bad.
What? What are you talking about?
Although we did get some nice retweets from the publishers.
Oh yeah, thanks publishers. Thumbs up,
but
by the way.
We've had a couple of retweets from Titanfall.
Yeah, I saw that today.
And Mega
Bigfoot.
Megafoot.
Megafoot, yes, good old Megafoot. I want to play that game.
Yes.
I actually want to play that game. I saw that and that made me excited. I don't know why, but it just looks interesting.
Yeah, 80s films.
Well, mine was going to be, what 80s movie would you like to see as a reboot as a video game? Because I was looking up the other day, I was looking at old games and
Splash.
with Daryl Hannah. Splash with Daryl Hannah.
Yeah.
How would they? You would obviously have to save her, and then you'd have to keep on getting into a bathtub to try and keep her wet. I could see them doing that as a game. I could see that as a game.
You just said what 80s films. You didn't specify I had to come up with the actual gameplay itself.
No, I like it.
We
As soon
have
as you said it, I
to
started
start
thinking
by
about
now.
how.
Come on, I'm not EA.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was looking at an old game called an old film called Lawnmower Man,
Yes.
and I remembered there was a game for it, and I was thinking, what other movies from that kind of genre, that era, that time frame, can we actually say let's bring back and actually make a pretty semi-decent video game from it?
But, if my memory serves me correctly, Lawnmower Man was a 90s film.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, and it was. And then I was sort of thinking about like the action genre that was biggest in the 80s. And I was going to say 80s and 90s actually, but just forgot to say 90s.
I don't know. I don't know many 80s movies.
See, the thing is, because the 80s was as bad as it is, and the consoles, well, were non-existent, virtually non-existent, and they were just obscure tie-ins.
Yeah, it's true. There was a lot more like the Home Alone games. No, that's 90s again, but
See, there was The Crow as well, which I like.
Did that have a...
That had a game.
Now, did it have
Terrible.
a tie-in at the time, or is it
I think it was a tie-in at the time, but I'm not too sure. I know it definitely had a game. I think it was based on the second movie, not the first.
I've not seen the second one.
What, the second movie?
Yeah.
Not as good as the first.
They very rarely are.
Yeah. Then they started going off onto like 4 or 5, and I think they stopped after that.
They're supposed to be rebooting it. Yeah.
Great.
Your groans of
Pain.
indifference
Yeah.
are...
All you need to know is Brandon Lee, and that's all. Crow. That is The Crow.
But I don't know. I mean, some of my favourite 80s films were games.
yeah, I was going to say that most of them will probably.
Ghostbusters.
I'm
Uncle
playing-
Buck. I'd play an Uncle Buck game.
Planes, trains, and what else is it?
Planes,
Trains,
Trains, Automobiles. Uncle Buck the video game. That would actually be kind of good.
Yeah, you have to go around the house and do the washing. You have to go bowling
Yeah.
whilst keeping the kids entertained. You have to get into the party to go and rescue the daughter.
And then there'll be a scene where you've got to use your golf club to hit a ball at a guy
The
running
guy's
down the
head.
road.
Yeah, got to do that, and many other things.
The hilarities that will come from
you
this
could
game.
do the dancing bit. It could be a rhythm thing where you're dancing with what's her face, who plays Sheldon's mum.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Is that the woman, the one of the killers from Scream? Scream 2.
I don't know. I've only seen 1 and 3, I think, and I only watched 3 because Jane and Silent Bob are in it.
Oh really? Yeah, the Miramax tie-in.
Yeah.
That's that Gail Weathers! Because I played the Rambo games when they first came out. They were on the Commodore 64. We were playing those. You got that, have you?
I got a Commodore 64.
Oh, nice.
He sat at work. I got 3 massive boxes turned up the other day, and he wasn't impressed.
And it was just one console, wasn't it? It was just the Commodore 64.
No, there were quite a few others.
Because I had a Commodore 64 when growing up, and I remember it being a great games console with with tape cassettes.
Mm-hmm.
I had
got
the
2
actual.
cassettes.
You got 2 cassettes, have you?
Mhm.
I also had the floppy disk drive. Yeah, that was expensive.
3 1/4.
That was £100, and that's like 80s money.
Wow.
That's like £2 million now.
It was pricey back in the day.
There's a lot of money. Inflation.
No, Commodore 64, 2 N64s, NES, a Nintendo Super Scope,
Oh wow,
Ooh.
love it.
which I was like, yeah! 2 original Xboxes,
Oh okay.
and a load of PS1, a mini, the small size PS1.
I was a big fan of the PS1. That was a really nice design. It was really good to release it. I know it's obviously they did it at the end of the console life, but I thought they really made that. They sold that really well.
And a PS2, and then some games in amongst it as well. But the scope was the one thing that I was like, right, that's
More
gonna
interested
take.
in.
Yeah, and I picked up a cartridge copy of the Scope 6
Oh nice.
Endium as well.
Nice.
Realised that 3 of the games out of the 6 are all pretty much the same.
Oh, I hated that when you used to get like Game Boy games where it's like 1,000 games in one cartridge.
And they're all
Like
the same.
995 of them were all
The same.
variations of Tetris.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah.
Or it'd be the same tank shooting game, which
Yeah.
now is a real massive thing nowadays. But back then it was just like, oh, it's just a tank
Tank
game.
game.
But yeah, Commodore 64. Never really. I think I played Double Dragon.
Yeah, Double Dragon was cool.
And Smash TV. Would
Smash
I have
TV.
played Smash TV on a Commodore 64?
You possibly could have played Smash TV on a Commodore 64 because back then all the titles were kind of like cross-platform and everything.
Did that come out on the Commodore? I'm trying to think now.
I don't know.
I'm-
I had a
I
Commodore
think-
64, but I can't remember if Smash TV was
Commodore
out.
Amiga?
Could have been a Commodore Amiga.
I remember Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 was a good game.
Steg the Slug.
Steg the Slug.
And then he had a Sega Classics cartridge that had like...
Comic Zone?
No, this is before Comic Zone, so you're talking
Well,
the robot, like the Special Forces Police one.
What,
When they
Robotron 2084?
No.
yeah.
Yeah, just various titles like that.
Fair. I recently purchased a game on eBay, which I was kind of happy that I finally found and want back in my life. Digimon World on the PlayStation 1.
Digimon World.
I love that game.
Why?
Why? It's just one of those childhood games that I was just like, I used to play loads and trying to make sure that I got the right Digimon. Just like,
Is that the one that's Digimon
Digimons.
Masters?
yeah, didn't know.
They're champions.
Yeah, that's the one.
Everyone's
I really like that game. I think it's such an underrated game. But then I was, like 6 when that came out? I can't remember.
6. You were 6 when it came out.
Yeah, 6 or 7?
Really? You were that young?
Yeah, I can't remember now. Digimon was a long time ago.
Was it?
I can't remember. Digimon.
I never used to play Digimon or watch Digimon. Or
I used
know
to
anything
watch
about
Digimon.
until I met you.
I used to watch Digimon, and I used to watch Pokemon, and play Pokemon the game, and then I got Digimon, and I was like, this game is much better than Pokemon. I don't know why, but I just really enjoyed it. It's a PlayStation 1 title. I know that there was 2 others afterwards, but I never played them. But the first one was amazing. Really enjoyed it. It's just like you had to make sure you leveled them up in a certain way to get the next evolution. But it's weird because technically the show you just de-evolve straight away. But
Did they press B?
no, they didn't even press B. It's not like that. It just you just go back to its original form. It would fight and it would be like, yeah, I'm going to evolve into this, and then it'd be like, that's the end of the fight, and I'm back to this little thing. I can't remember what they were called. I would say Aragon, but that doesn't know.
That's a movie.
Yeah, I can't remember what they were called. They were just Digimon. Pat was. I think Pat was called one of them. It had It was orange and it had little tiny little wings like that.
Got a Digimon killed.
And then it went into.
Digimon
It evolved.
My favourite
It
Digimon,
evolved.
his name's Pat.
It evolved 3
Stop
times
thinking.
and it evolved into an angel. I think it was like Archangel or something when it evolved. I can't remember. It was that long ago. But yeah, and then after the battle, as it was an Archangel, it goes straight back to Pat. Like, hey, I'm Pat again.
Resorted back to
And it was just like, I can't fly really. If I wave my wings too much, I fall on the floor.
Okay, I wasn't really a Digimon. I was just like, ugh. I was a Pokemon fanboy, so I was like, oh, Digimon can...
See, I was
about to say something rather rude.
No, I really love Pokemon, and then I think I got to the stage because I used to go to, as you've probably known from last podcast, I used to go to private school, so I had copies of Pokemon Red, and Pokemon Blue, and I had about 30-40 Mewtwo's, 30-40 Mewtwo's, and the amount of times that I finished that game, and I got it down to finishing that game in about 3 or 4 hours because I was speedrunning it all the time. And the amount of times I used to catch those Mewtwo's, transfer them back to my blue game, and then sell them to people at the school for £5 a pop. I wasn't making money at all.
See, how old were you doing that?
What do you get? You're 11, and I'd say about 8 or 9.
That's below minimum wage.
That makes me sick, because I used to, when I was playing Pokemon Red or Blue, it would be through the Game Boy transfer pack on Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
I would be chilling in my room at the tender age of 20. The tender age of 20, having probably worked an evening shift or something, and that was the only thing I could be bothered to do once I got home. At the age of 20, playing Pokemon through my transfer pack on my TV whilst listening to David Bowie.
Nice. That is living the dream,
Going
actually.
But
space.
No, it was listening to his Hours album, which is phenomenal. I will recommend.
Plug.
Plug. Will recommend if anyone
Fancies
listening to a good album. Hours by David Bowie.
How many hours are in that one?
Probably a couple.
Couple.
I think it's more the work put into it rather than the amount of time listening to it.
The hours.
Yeah. His new album's good, actually. Or latest.
I've not heard any.
Is it called Latest? Or
No, it's called The Next Day.
Is that after the hours?
No, Hours was out in like 98 because I bought my copy on minidisc at NBC. Wake me up before you go. Leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go. Take me dancing tonight. Come on, Phil. What were you doing in the 80s?
89 I was born.
Oh, so you were just a glint in the milkman's eye. Yeah. The 80s titles, so movie tie-ins.
Movie tie-ins from the 80s or 90s. We'll say 80s or 90s or 80s
or just any movie tie-ins that are our particular favourites.
Big Mama's House, the video game.
No. I'm talking proper games now that were movie tie-ins that you really. Yeah.
Really,
ones that actually existed. Not
Alien Trilogy. Would that be classed? Because that was Alien 1, 2 and 3.
See,
I never played Alien Trilogy. I know I played Alien 3.
I played Alien 3.
And the original Alien vs Predator, if those count.
Yes,
they were amazing. Did you ever play
Alien vs Predator 2? I remember being amazing.
I remember having a mate who had the gold copy.
Yeah, that's it. When I had the gold copy.
And I only liked going around as a predator, being invisible and just pinning people's arms to the
That was
walls,
the whole point.
or just going up to them and then just being invisible and them not just going.
That was a really good reenactment, actually. That was really good. That was top.
That was because that was the only thing that I did in that game.
What, the noise or?
We're trying to play this game, but all he does is just sits there going.
Did you ever play Casper on the PlayStation?
No.
Did I just like?
Made me laugh. Casper, why?
Why? It was a good game. It was a really good game.
Are we talking based on the film or just based on the character?
Yeah, it was based on the film.
Of course, based on the character.
I think there was even a small voice by Christina Ricci. I think Bill Pullman didn't. He wasn't interested.
No,
he was sat out. He didn't want to do it. Yeah,
best character in that film.
Yeah, but yeah, Casper. Yeah, on the PlayStation, I actually thought that was a pretty cool game. They actually did that really quite well. Good humour to it.
Die Hard trilogy.
Die Hard trilogy. We need a new SWAT team at the terminal on the double. I just remember that being said so many times whenever I load up Die Hard 2 on that.
I remember Die Hard 2 was my favourite.
The gun one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember you could shoot out something.
The helicopter at the start.
Yes.
And you get double ammo clip at the left. Yeah.
That's exactly it.
That's it.
And then because you had the bit you were on the back of the snowmobile, and phenomenal game.
It was really good actually, because you had Die Hard 1, which was obviously in the Nakatomi Plaza, and you had to disarm the bombs on each level. And you had to go through each level, and you had to then wipe everyone out, get rid of the bomb on that level, and then get into the elevator. And I remember the really depressing sound of the voice actor. They were like, "You want to stay alive? You stay with me." And it was just so like, it was great at the same time.
Just like John McClane's just lost all enthusiasm.
Yeah, it'd be like yippee-ki-yay. It's like real emotionless. Like they tried to make it not sound.
It's not getting paid as much.
Exactly.
His paycheck's just gone down.
Exactly that. And then you obviously had Die Hard 2, which had it used the light gun really well. Because obviously you could also use it with the D-pad, but the light pad, it worked perfectly. And then Die Hard 3 was obviously...
Oh, that was so hard!
Die Hard with a Vengeance, yeah. Basically the car driving simulator game with the Samuel L. Jackson voiceover of "Go left, no right, no left, I mean left!" Please let me drive. I remember that so well. Yeah, all round, that was probably one of the best uses of a Die Hard title ever, because the Die Hard Trilogy 2 was just, I didn't like it myself.
I haven't played it.
You haven't missed much either.
I do have a copy of Die Hard Arcade on my Sega Saturn, I think it is.
Oh wow.
But again, I haven't played that. I remember playing Back to the Future 3.
Oh yeah, I remember playing that as well.
Didn't we play that the other week?
Yeah, I think we did actually.
And that's where you start on the horseback.
Yes.
And
We played it like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it was you were running alongside the train.
That's right.
Yeah.
I
don't think we got further than that, did we?
We didn't get very far.
We didn't get very far, though. It was quite a lot of Twitch gaming. A lot of Twitch gaming.
Did we even jump on the train?
We didn't even get on the train.
We didn't even
go on the train, no. We didn't go on the train. We were getting attacked by, was it rocks or bees? Or something hitting us in the face. Oh, sorry.
number one.
They were doing so well. On the first episode, it was me who said the F-bomb. And then on this episode, it's you dropped the F-bomb.
Yeah, I dropped the F-bomb.
So next episode, Stefan, it's going to be you.
It's going to be you.
The F-bomb, and I'm going to make you
Quite
drop
possibly.
it.
Yeah,
I'm surprised I haven't said anything.
We're going to
yet.
force
My
you.
language at work this week has been horrendous. I like what they did with Back to the Future in the Telltale Games episodic one, where you had the first film, but it skews and the time frame. Like, because it starts off with Doc telling you about the DeLorean, and he sends the dog into the past or whatever it is. But in the game, in this new game, it doesn't actually come back. And then Marty goes off, and the future's been changed, and the Doc's been missing for years, and you go off looking for him. And
What the hell did that dog do?
He bit an
I can't
animal.
remember, because it comes back, and then there's clues in the DeLorean, so you're going around finding the clues, and because they're sorting out that, I think they're auctioning off the Doc's estate, and Marty's trying to stop everything happening, and then it goes. Each episode is a different universe, and you've got there's a future one, and there's one before. What was the town called? Hill Valley. You've got the one before Hill Valley was. I'm a big Back to the Future fan. Before it was created, and you meet their ancestors, and Christopher Lloyd still does the voice of Doc for each of the games, and
Well, he needs the money.
Michael J. Fox comes back in the last episode of the game to play a different version of Marty McFly.
Ah, that's cool.
But the guy who actually does the Marty voice in the series is very good. He does sound like a young Michael J. Fox. Good
Nice.
use of a license on that one.
It's pretty good.
Sounds just like Doc Hollywood.
Doc Hollywood. I like The Frighteners.
Frighteners is a great
Frighteners
movie.
is excellent.
Yeah,
film.
Peter Jackson's awesome.
Yes. Other licenses.
I would say Postal, but then maybe we've all seen that movie.
But isn't Postal...
Is the
Didn't
game...
the game come first?
It's a strange one, because the actual game's called Postal. The first game is called Postal 2, and the movie is called Postal. And they have a little if on it in the movie saying, "I made the game, but you made the movie before the game." So yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Isn't it a Yui Bowl?
Yes,
Film.
it is indeed.
Because he made... Have you seen the Far Cry film?
No,
Did he make Alone in the Dark?
probably.
Yeah, I think so. The Far Cry film is... Oh my god, it's diabolical. There's one bit when, I swear, they leave the scene in when, as the guy's walking out of the of the shot, he walks into the corner of the car door and actually bumps off of it. I swear to God that happens. I'll see if I can find a link to it, and I'll post it up on the Twitter.
That would be interesting.
Because I actually rewound and pointed it out to my wife. I was like, "Oh my! You just walked into the
Did you
door!"
fall asleep again?
No, it was reasonably entertaining.
Oh, okay. It was enough to keep her interested.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's actually... U-Bowl has actually made so many movie tie-in games, it's unreal. Just gonna read
Because
it.
he did the House of the Dead.
Yeah, he did House of the Dead, Alone in the Dark, Blood Rain.
Oh, yeah.
Blood Rain 2, Postal, so he did that too. Alone in the Dark 2.
You give that look there. Were you doubting Phil?
No, not at all. I'd never doubt Phil in anything whatsoever. It's like the worst mistake I'd ever make is by doubting Philip. Far Cry, Blood Rain the Third Right. So there's 3 Blood Rain movies he's made.
The first one, I'm sure, has got like Jason Statham in it or something. Hang on, didn't he make a Knight's Dungeon, or that's another game movie and it had Ron Perlman in it as well?
Not that I can see.
How that is, but I know the movie is called Postal, and then the game is called Postal 2. So I don't know.
I heard they're very controversial.
Oh, they are, and the game is funny. I like taking a little wee on a dog, or burning people alive with just gas and just burning a shop down, and then a load of terrorists running out shooting me. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Terrorists.
Terrorists,
Damn those terrorists.
Damn them all.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then attacking some bloke who's dressed as cock and balls in a shopping mall is kind of interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're always PC titles, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. I never played the Postal 3. Apparently that's really good, but I never played
Is
that
it
one.
literally just a massive, like...
It's story-based, so you have to, like, the first things you have to do is go and get milk, or you can just go and destroy everyone.
Is it like State of Emergency? But obviously State of Emergency was a bit more killified, but...
This is, you can make it killified if you just go out there and kill everything. Like, but if you just did what you have to be, like, at the start, it's really go get milk, go get something else. It's like you have to go and get, like, really basic equipment you need for, like, living. And then you go off and then you go to the shopping mall and then stuff happens and then, yeah, it all kicks off and then women's rights activists attack, I think, and stuff like that. And, yeah, you have to kill women and then you have to kill terrorists. And then I just remember burning everyone, just drawing a massive line of oil in the middle of the road and just throwing a match onto it and just watching everyone running around going, ah! And then taking a pee on them and watching them burn out from the pee because you just randomly pee everywhere. And if you pee too long on the cops, they start attacking you.
Oh, standard.
Yeah.
And they say that Grand Theft Auto warps children's little fragile little minds.
Well, it doesn't.
Now see, if any game did peeing on things well, it was Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a good game.
When you had to get drunk and wee out the little
Fire
guys.
Yeah.
And wee on the doorman of the club so you could get in.
Get in, yeah.
I've just
love
picked
that
up
game.
a copy of Conker Live and Reloaded on
Xbox.
Yeah,
I remember that game when it came
it was
out.
amongst a set that I bought, along with a copy of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for GameCube.
Nice. Is that the gold box, is it?
No, that's Wind Waker.
Oh.
It's the gold box. Twilight Princess was the standard colour. It was just one of the very last games for the GameCube to be released, so it got a very small release because it was more on the Wii
than anything else.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god! I picked up this copy of Twilight Princess along with other stuff, and I basically paid about 30 quid for this copy of Twilight Princess, which isn't bad. That's it's a good price, and you don't see them come around all that often. Also, I thought the following day somebody posted a load of stuff on Gumtree, including a GameCube with, and it said GameCube with Smash Brothers and Zelda. That was all it said, Zelda. I was like, oh, all right, I'll find out what it is, because they were asking 30 quid for the console and the whole lot. And I said, what Zelda is it with the console? Oh, it was Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, and Zelda. And I was like, what Zelda is it? They said, oh, it's the Collector's Edition one. And the Collector's Edition one is the it's a copy of Zelda's 1, 2, and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask for the GameCube, and then you had a demo of Wind Waker on there as well. And that's kind of quite a sought after copy. And they said, oh, it's a copy of Collector's Edition. I was like, oh, okay. I'll pass on that one then, because I've already got. They then messaged me back and said, oh, and we've just found a copy of Zelda the Princess one, still sealed.
Ooh.
And I went, oh, okay. Well, then in that case, I'll have it if it's still going. They said we've got somebody coming to take a look in a minute, but if they don't take it, we'll let you know.
Never got back to you.
I said, if you haven't already mentioned it to them, I'll have the copy of Princess one off of you separately. And they said, the next text I got said, yeah, they've just come and picked it up. I was like, oh my god, do you realise what you've done? Still sealed Twilight Princess for the same price as the unsealed one with the copy. That ruined my evening. Evening.
It sounds like it ruined your whole week.
I'd forgotten about it until now.
Until this moment.
Put it out of my mind. But, when they said still sealed, I kind of went...
You should have called them instead of texted them.
It's got to be a business still, though, for buying, reconditioning, and then reselling on for a higher price consoles, because people are always going to want to buy them, and they're not making them anymore. So
it's the output.
Yeah.
The initial output is what bugs me, because I like, right, that's it. I need to sell some stuff and make it back before I start buying any more, and then I get something pops up. I'm like, I'll just get that, because then I can add that to that, and I can sell that, and then it's more. And I got 3 N64s again.
Again.
And
How
I
does
got
this keep happening?
15 titles still to, and more GameCube games to get shot of, and another Mega Drive, and PS1s, and
Before you know it, we will own our own shop, a retro gaming shop.
One day.
that's the dream.
Buying and selling and reconditioning. And then actually fixing and maintaining. This is our...
Because the NES that I had was... it had yellowed, which was a shame because you can't really do anything about that.
That when it changes colour.
Smoking.
Yeah, smoking around it, yeah.
Bloody
but
smokers.
It was also cheap plastic. On some of them it wasn't just smoking, it was the cheap plastic does yellow over time.
Wasn't the NES made by 2 different companies? Like, one originally, the first batch of them was made by one company and the second batch was made by someone else.
I can't remember. I should. Where's your...
There's 2 NESes. There's 2...
Where's your book?
My book is here.
There's like 2 different designs for the NES, isn't there? There's one that looked completely different to the one that I had.
There's a top loader.
Yeah, I've got the top
Right.
loader one.
And then there's a side load, wasn't there?
Right, okay. That could be why I thought there was 2 NESes.
That one. The family computer.
That's right, I didn't
The
have that one.
Famicom.
Famicom.
I didn't have that one.
It was made by... I'm trying to scan it without going quiet.
Moving slowly onto the Amstrad CPC.
Talk amongst yourselves a second.
Talk among yourselves for a second.
Just like that. That is how you make songs, and that's how you publish them, and then
like
that's-
genius.
yeah, just need a voice overlay. Get Snoop Dogg in the background.
Why Snoop Dogg?
Because he's doing the whole thing with
He is the-
Activision right now.
Oh yeah.
With Call of Duty.
Oh,
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
Last one was Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill did an advert for Call of Duty.
Oh, this is an advert
No, he's actually
in the game.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, he's on the online part of the game.
Does he not have enough money?
Probably does, but he's probably been bought out by Activision because they have a little bit more money than he does. I think, not by much.
Not much.
Probably like $7 dollars. I don't know. To be honest, Snoop Dogg has a lot of money. Them women be running to Snoop. But yeah, he's I think he's on the online section and he does all the voiceover for everything. So you've killed someone, it'd be like, yeah, you've killed someone. But that was my really bad Snoop Dogg impression. Yeah.
I think it's just where
I thought he was in the room.
I really don't know how Snoop Doggy sounds. Snoop Doggy Dog. Apart from on that
It's Snoop Lion now, isn't it?
Snoop Lion.
I thought he changed his name to Snoop Lion.
They keep on changing their names at the moment. I get confused by that. It could be where I got confused about it being either the NES, the Famicom, or if you're in South Korea, the Hyundai Comboy. I think that's probably where I was getting confused, where it was distributed by Hyundai in different countries.
Hyundai.
Yeah, Hyundai. The first Dark Souls game, what's it called again?
Demon Souls.
Demon Souls.
That was actually made by Sony Computer Entertainment, so that could
Yes.
be why it's on the
That-
Sony.
yeah,
First Sony.
that-
yeah.
Yeah, that one was made by Sony. Well, published. I think it's published by Sony.
Maybe they own some of the rights to it.
And then, yeah, no, it was. It was still made by Namco Bandai, but Sony published it, and that's why it was only on the PS3. They then made enough money from the game to then republish it well, not republish it, but make a new title, but they weren't allowed to use Demon's Souls 2, because if they made it as Demon's Souls 2, they had to keep it on the PlayStation, and they wouldn't be able to put it on anything else, so they renamed it as Dark Souls. But they are, I think, there's a lot of people thinking they're going to be making a Demon's Souls 2, I'm not too sure. I guess it's going to be worth their while, per se, because obviously they've got fans on the Xbox now.
Yeah.
But then, how many fans of Dark Souls, well, are going to go and buy an Xbox One? I don't know.
I just noticed that the NES's retail availability was 1983 to 2003.
Huh.
I didn't know that the retail availability, when it surpassed the Sega Dreamcast, because that was only available till like 2001, wasn't it? October 2001.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, the NES outlived the Dreamcast.
That's a shame.
That's hilarious to me.
It is, it's not so much. Yeah, I like the Dreamcast.
You guys heard of the Samsung gamepad?
No.
We will do now.
You're about to hear about it. Yeah, the Samsung gamepad.
Plug!
It's not a plug.
Are you allowed to talk about this?
Yeah, because it's available for sale. $69.99.
Have we sold out already?
No. It's actually
Is it Noah's Arcade sponsored by Samsung?
That's next week.
Sponsored by Samsung. The Samsung gamepad is basically a games controller. It's all done by Bluetooth or NFC, and you can actually put your phone, Samsung phone, obviously. It can work with Android. But
Obviously.
Samsung, obviously being called the Samsung gamepad. And
That's the only kind of phone there is, isn't there?
there's more than that. There are others out there.
Or other grammar.
Yeah.
You have to buy a separate book for the other stuff.
That's true, you do. So you just basically you can pair up your device through NFC or Bluetooth, and you can actually play your Android games using a proper controller.
Ah.
And because obviously a lot of people, when it comes to playing video games on the smartphone, one of the things they hate is touchscreens. They don't like playing video games on a touchscreen. So if you play like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or Grand Theft Auto Vice City or any game really, once you've got into it, unless it's like a point-and-click game or a game that's specifically designed for touchscreen,
Or like a Pokemon game,
like
or
a Pokemon game works
Final
perfect,
Fantasy game.
nice and slow.
Strategy games.
Yeah, strategy games work perfectly. So yeah, once you've got a lot of people don't like playing touchscreen games. So yeah, Samsung have come with this device. Ooh, that's close. Almost dropped my phone then.
When's this device come out?
The Samsung gamepad is already out.
Is it?
It's been out for about 2 months.
Ah. Because you know what the Sony Xperia can do?
What's that?
You know, with the on-the-go cable, you can plug in a PlayStation DualShock 3 controller, then link the controller with the phone via Bluetooth, and play your games wirelessly.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you can do the same thing with the Samsung gamepad, actually. You can play wirelessly. It's
So
just,
all of those people out there that own PlayStation 3s already got the controller
Already
for it,
have
so
that
they don't
controller.
have to buy an extra peripheral.
Well, that's $69.99 as well, because that's my bugbear of the Samsung gamepad is its price for effectively a Bluetooth controller. It has got NFC and it has got a little holder, and you can put in anything up to a Note 3 into the actual holder itself, so it can.
Oh, that's quite cool. So it can hold the.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, alright.
So it's like having a Game Boy. Like, for example, I have a lot of emulators on my Android device, so I can actually plug it straight into my gamepad, and I'll be able to control it from that. You can go to key mapping, you can change all the buttons around to actually to work to how you want it to be, and it just takes the touchscreen element of a smartphone and just makes it an actual video games console. It is available in Samsung stores. Boom, plug, and I think it's also available. No.
Got turned down by their plug.
Oh wow, that was harsh. But yeah, I think you can also get them in certain places. I don't think Game do them. I think they're sponsoring the Oyo and Oya.
They don't. You wear it into game and you ask one of their staff, "Can I have an Oya?" They look at you like, "What's that?"
Do they try and push the Game Stick more?
They probably don't know what Game Stick is. I don't know.
I hope so. I mean, it's really sad that I know their products better than they know them.
But then most people know their products better than the game stuff.
Yeah, it is true actually. Sadly, that is actually kind of accurate.
Unfortunately, the game staff only know certain things about games, and that's how to make pre-orders.
They know about disc cleaning.
Oh, and disc protection and disc insurance.
Disc insurance. Yeah.
And console insurance.
It's only £1.
Only £1. Very good if you've already got a broken disc. If you've got a broken disc and you get a new copy of the game, just switch them over and trade your old one in. It's done. Sorted. Not saying to people to do that. it's a good idea, though. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it now. Why are you not doing it as we speak?
Technically, they could do. They could be listening on their headphones, on their iPods, and going in.
They could.
Could.
We just don't know.
We just don't know. We hope so.
If you are,
Let us know.
write in.
Write in.
Yeah.
At P.O. Box.
Send us a stamped addressed envelope. Oh, I've been listening to an old radio show from, I think it's like from the 60s.
Oh, nice.
And it's called Round the Horn.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, and I've downloaded all 4 series of it. It's so funny. And it's just all like old-timey. About halfway through they have a band that sing, "Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me." Anyone else but me. It's like listening to the radio in LA Noire or Mafia 2. There's the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Actually, I can't think what would be a better soundtrack. Is it LA Noire or Mafia 2? Because obviously they have very similar soundtracks.
I think I preferred Mafia 2.
Mafia 2 has got some really good songs in it.
I think it's slightly new because I think LA Noire was slightly earlier because it was just after the war, wasn't it? Or just yeah. No, I think Mafia 2 was better.
Well, Mafia 2, I like even the first level. You actually in Italy fighting in World War II, and then you go back to. It's not called New York City, is it? It's like Empire City, isn't it? It's
something like that.
And then you obviously try and create your business empire. I do like Mafia 2.
I expected a bit more from it.
Was it a bit too linear for you?
No, I don't mind linear.
Oh, okay. It was very storyline.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't mind that because then when there's side missions, I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I won't do the side missions, and then I go off and do the side missions.
Yeah.
All for an upgrade of some description. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to do the charts.
The
charts.
The top charts with our special jingle that's going to be here.
Dingy dingy, wingy wong wong, top 10 chart of video games.
No,
You got to do that every week now.
done it. Yeah, you've got it every week.
Every
it's
week.
like the Ricky Gervais podcast when he does the monkey news jingle.
You've now got to do that. Can you remember that? Can you redo that?
I hope I can.
So his impromptu
Right.
scat.
Right, before you do it again.
Jingle jingle, video games, top 10 list of all time greatness. I don't know what it was, but I'm making it up on the spot. Ta-da. Ta-da. I love you guys. Hey.
Okay, the week commencing April 14th, 2014. In at number 10,
Number 10.
Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
Wow.
All of those zeros. Not half of them, all of them.
Ground Zeroes, as opposed to just
As in-
finely chopped. They are Ground Zeroes. In at number 9,
Number 9.
Phil.
Number 9.
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Any particular
That's-
console, or is it on across the
Oh,
platform?
this is across the board.
That's doing quite well. That's been out for some time now.
It has. It's a good title. I've been playing it on PlayStation 4, which I've now got. Admittedly, I've not played it much because there's not that many titles for it. But it's good. I like it. Graphically, very nice. I don't like the menu. I don't like the UI. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. And number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8?
Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Which
I want to play.
yeah.
I want to play it as well.
I'd get an Xbox One solely to play.
It's on 360 as
Garden
well.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've got.
It's actually on 360. It's like $29.99 on the A360. Hint, 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 hint.
Pluggity plug.
Oh.
PopCap, hello, I'm here.
We need to get like a plug jingle.
I think that would be easy.
Pluggity plug.
Next week. Start rating it.
Yeah.
I'll get guitar.
Number 7.
Number 7.
What, 7?
The Lego Movie video game.
They've actually made a Lego movie video.
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm surprised that they made a Lego movie. And
They
then
made the Lego Movie game video
Yeah.
game.
Everything is awesome.
Everything as
haven't-
well. I
I
don't
haven't
know.
seen it.
All I know is that
I just know that part.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer and thought, nah.
Yeah. I can't do that.
Number 6.
In at number 6.
Number 6.
Minecraft, Xbox 360 edition.
Oh my god, does that mean there's going to be another Minecraft in the top 10?
No, it just
Oh,
it
it's
just
just
says, it
360.
just
They
says
are
the
particular.
360 edition. Yeah.
Yeah. PS4 version was quite buggy when it first came out. It was very buggy when it first came out. I heard PS3 version was very buggy when it first came out. I heard. I don't know if they completely fixed that yet.
I'm sure they have.
I
Yeah.
haven't played. either of them.
No, they said there's a lot of like world glitches, and you get to the end of the world and
Minecraft,
it wasn't loading properly, and
I'm sure they've sorted it.
yeah, it must.
Oh, there's an upgrade there. 10 megabyte file. Thanks.
It's like a whole new world for 10 megabytes.
As opposed to the. Oh, sorry. No, I was. Carry on. So the updates are pretty small, but they're pretty substantial. Are they? Is the game?
Oh no, it's because it's a block world. Just don't expect their updates to be that great, that massive. The Skyrim pack, I think, was only about 150 megabytes.
Oh, okay. Because they do all the skins and stuff now, don't they?
Yeah,
'Cause
I
you
bought some
actually-
skins.
Just Marvel skins and
That's the one I bought.
Durex skins.
Yeah,
Lol.
Durex.
Oh no, I went there, right?
In at number 5,
Number 5.
Hello, number 5.
Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Moving on.
No
And-
plug there. No plug there. No plug.
No. Personal favourite of mine, number 4. Not the number. I mean, it's number
Not
4.
the movie, I am number 4.
No, it was a rubbish film.
I haven't seen it.
We went. My
We
wife
won't go
went
into that.
See it. We went to cinema. I was pretty bored. It was a waste of Timothy Oliphant.
Oh man, I hate him wasting stuff.
Number 4,
Number 4.
Number 4.
South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Oh, I've got that game and I still yet to play it.
Oh, Phil, it's
I've
amazing.
been told it's freaking amazing
It's hilariously funny.
with a lot of references.
Yes, and it's
A lot of
clever.
farting.
A lot of farting.
I went away a lot for the last couple of weeks, last month and a half, and I've actually watched now from season 1 to almost season 6 of South Park,
Nice.
and I actually now understand so much of what they say now. I've just got the episode where I think it's called The Simpsons have already tried.
Simpsons already did it.
Oh
The
yeah.
Simpsons already did it with Butters. Is just is he Mr. Chaos, Captain Chaos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Chaos.
Captain Chaos, and he's
His
trying to.
foil suit.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
He's like,
And there's guinea pig or is it hamster? I can't remember. Guinea
his
pig?
hamsters.
Is
isn't
that
it?
hamster?
Yeah. And has he got his sidekick?
He
as
has,
well?
yeah. General.
Isn't it General Mayhem?
General Mayhem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You meet him in the game, and as Butters, if he's selected as your buddy, when he levels up, you can use his Chaos, his Commander Chaos persona, and he comes in and trashes the enemies.
Nice.
As well as you've got summons, and you can call in Jesus with machine guns, and Big Gate Owl. Not Big Gate, no, Mr. Slave.
Mr. Slave. I've seen Mr. Slave
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Mr. Slave one is yeah. I have seen that. And there's an achievement / trophy for Mr. Slave, if you haven't already got it, which is using Mr. Slave while inside Mr. Slave.
Oh no, I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay, I have heard that. I've just done a level where you're shrunk down and you're fighting with the underpants gnomes.
Oh yes.
But I won't spoil any more.
I know a little bit of things, yeah.
You've got to get on. It's seriously good. Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3?
FIFA 14.
Okay, I can understand why that's there. It's a big title.
It's quite a high selling title every year.
Every year.
Every year. It's probably not going to be so great for it today.
Why?
Because it's, the other game that's come out today, which is that FIFA World to World Cup 2014, 15.
Oh, they made a FIFA World
Oh,
Cup.
yeah,
that's
World
come
Cup
out
one,
today, yeah.
For our FIFA fans, I would have to say my favourite FIFA game is probably Road to World Cup 98 of all time. FIFA Road to World Cup 98.
N64.
I had it on the PlayStation 1, I think. Yeah, PlayStation 1 I had it on. and it was David Beckham was on the front. It was just they had a season mode, and the actual World Cup part of it was just done so well. How you had to go through all the actual qualifications, then go into the actual tournament itself, and they actually did that better than any other FIFA game.
See, I preferred International Superstar Soccer to 1998
I
with
just-
David Peckham.
David Beckham, yeah. And Michael Cohen.
Yes, Michael Cohen and David
Yeah.
Peckham. I can't remember who else was there.
There would have been probably Stephen Berard.
Yeah,
You had probably had Frank
David
Lampard.
Spuman,
There would have been Sweeman, or
whatever he was then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reserve goalkeeper of probably been David Baines. I remember ISS Pro 98. I had that game.
That was a good game. I used to love that game. Always lost against Germany when I played that game.
Yeah,
As
me
England.
and my friend Aaron used to play International Superstar Soccer Pro a lot, and it went on to This Is Football 2002, and he used to always used to get players sent off in the finals, and he used to really wind me up. We'll get to the finals, and then he'll just start doing diving and stuff like that, and then he'll get a red card, and then 2 red cards, 3 red cards, and then we'll be going up against Germany with like 8 people, and we'd always lose. We never won the World Cup.
No, not allowed to. We're
Thanks,
England.
Aaron.
We're
It's his
England.
fault.
Football stuff.
Football.
Football
I
stuff.
don't really know.
I can actually talk about football stuff. I don't mind talking about FIFA and stuff.
I used to play football games and International Superstar Soccer 14's free on PlayStation Plus, and I did download it just for the lols
Giggles.
and the trophies. But
Is that not called Pro Evo? Or is it?
oh yeah, Pro Evo,
Yeah.
Pro Evil.
Pro Evo is what ISS. When we talk about ISS, that's what it was before.
Such a good
I
game.
liked the ISS series on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah.
2000 is ISS 2000 is quite a rare N64 title. Had like a role play mode.
For being a manager.
No, for being a player.
Oh, okay, the player mode. Okay, which FIFA introduced in like FIFA 12.
Wow, at least they caught up. In at number 2.
In at number 2.
is Lego The Hobbit.
What's that? Wow, I didn't realise there was a Hobbit one.
There's
Yeah.
2 Lego games in the top there.
Yeah, 2 Lego games, top 10.
I've
Cool.
been tempted with it, but I've been playing Lego Marvel Superheroes.
I think that would be better. I can hear you play as Iron Man. You can drive cars
You can drive cars.
as Iron Man if you want to drive cars as Iron Man, because obviously Iron Man's a very slow person.
Yeah.
You could use
And
the
in the
same
car.
as the Human Torch as well.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can drive cars.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. All that gasoline in the back of that car.
but you don't have to be flame on all the time. You can
Flame
flame
on.
off.
But then with Iron Man, you can drive it as the suit. It's just like, yeah, car's faster than Iron Man. Just so everyone knows, that's today. Car is faster than Iron Man.
And at number 1
Number 1. Unos.
is Titanfall.
Titanfall, yeah. I had a feeling Titanfall was going to be in the top.
Yeah, I think it's been boosted back up with the release of
Xbox
the
360
version.
Yeah.
Ah, clever.
Because it came out later.
Well, it wasn't. The port was different because you had
Yeah.
Respawn Entertainment did the main
And then
Xbox
it's,
One version, then it was some other company did the port to the
Yeah.
360.
As you can
Quite
tell,
good,
we're
actually apparently.
Oh, okay.
I'm not massively bothered by it because it's made by the guys who did Call of Duty titles.
Is it Infinity Ward or?
Yeah.
Ex-Infinity War guys. aren't they?
Ex-Infinity Ward guys. So
I like the idea of the big suits, the big mech suits, and you've got the.
I don't like the idea that the game is completely online with no story.
So how does it play? How do you?
You just play like you're playing Call of Duty online all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
There are missions and there is a story, but the story's played out through your.
play. There's no like story as like anything else. I would rather go back and play End War, but then I love that
Tom
game.
Clancy's End War.
Yeah, I love that game.
You'd rather go back and play Tom Clancy's
I would
End
rather go
War
back and play Tom Clancy's End War because I
over-
did love that
over
game
Titanfall.
over Titanfall any day.
I
Did you
remember End War.
actually love that game?
I actually did. Did I not love that game? I
did.
sold you that game.
Yeah, he did enjoy it for a little bit.
Yeah. And then I was just like, you should go and get this game. And you're like, no, I'm not going to get it. And then I go and get it for you.
Do you know what? I love the idea of End War. I really did. But it was just like every single online game you play, it would end in all your best soldiers being killed by a nuke because they gave the losing team a nuke.
That was the only downside to that game, I
Is
think.
that the one you could voice control?
Yep.
Yeah. And it worked really well.
I remember playing the demo and I had a throat infection.
So it didn't work very well.
Rubbish.
When I had that, hey, said an F word. I remember when I played that game, the apartment I lived in at the time had a really thin wall between the bedroom and the front room, and I couldn't do the voice control without waking up my partner. And I'd start shouting at the TV screen, and then of course a lot of it you couldn't do without the voice control. Well, you could, but
it took a lot longer.
Yeah, it took so long.
Unit 21, attack, Unit 23 or something like that.
Yeah, it was just
hostile
such a long
enemy
procedure.
Unit 31 or something stupid like that. And it was so quick and smooth to use your voice, but if you weren't using your voice, you would be at such a massive disadvantage.
Yeah, I remember SOCOM 1 with the voice control. That worked really well.
Yeah. I do like the voice control part of it, but then I don't know if I like Titanfall.
There was a game for the GameCube called Odama, which was
Osama Odama?
it was a traditional. It was like an old traditional Japanese era kind of a game.
Yeah.
So you had samurais and things like that.
Like Tenchu.
Yes, but it was a pinball game.
Right.
And with the controller, you controlled the pinball, the flippers, and that side of things. But you had a microphone which controlled the troops, and you had voice commands to shout at the troops because your ball was generally this massive boulder thing. And you had to voice control the troops to get them out of the way of the boulder so you didn't kill them, whilst telling them to attack certain things, and you had to use the boulder to knock things out the way or open up doors for the troops to get through or to release extra troops onto the field. It was excellent.
Oh, okay.
It's quite interesting.
And so you'd be shouting like, troop left, troop right, whilst trying to fire. It was hard, but it was really clever.
Yeah.
It just played like a pinball game with a twist, and then you had a secret level at the end which was set in modern day Japan, and you could just trash the city, and you could send the troops around, and you could just...
Did they not have RPGs?
Huh?
Rocket propelled grenades.
Not
Not RPG titles.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's a shame. Do they just have swords?
But it was, yeah. The Odama was in the title was the name of this ball thing, and it was weird game.
Sounds quite strange. Sounds like
very
beautiful
good. You had
Katamari.
the mic clipped onto
Not in
the
that
top
way.
of the
Just
controller.
in a
And
strange way.
Oh, okay. So
I was never a Katamari.
See, I like Katamari, but then I like it when I'm not really with it.
I know the Kobayashi Mari. What's the Katamari?
Beautiful Katamari. Was that game that we went around on someone's
You're
house?
talking the Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
We went around someone's house and we played it. But I don't think you played it, you were just watching.
Was I watching?
You were watching.
Was he in the corner dribbling?
Was I actually watching?
I think you were, because I think some person was playing, and you're like, why are you just rolling things up? Why are you rolling up humans?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that game. I didn't like it.
No, I know you didn't like it. I can tell you didn't like
I
it.
wasn't a fan. I played demo.
Was there a massive talking head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that game.
It's like, I can't do it very well, but it's
No,
no.
Do it again?
No.
You talk like a sim.
Yeah, I try.
He's foolish, Shay.
Good old Sims.
And another thing I was going to say about is internet stuff. I've been very pleased with the return of regular ordinary Swedish mealtime on YouTube.
Oh, I love those guys.
They've taken a break for like a year, and now they've come back, and they just did another one today.
Is that the guy who shouted at spaghetti to make it cook? He just shouted at
He shouted at the butter to make it melt.
That's right, yeah.
In the new one, they make... I don't quite know what it was, but they were cutting the meat with an axe. It's so regular ordinary Swedish mealtime. I recommend anyone check it out.
Have
It's
a
a
look into
cookery
this.
show with a difference. It's very violent, and then and their catchphrase is "Dinner is served." bitches.
Nice.
I like that, and you've got all the abridged series, like they do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and Pokemon Abridged and
Digimon Abridged.
I haven't seen the Digimon one.
I don't think there is one. I don't think there's that many fans.
There probably is, actually.
Yeah, probably.
But probably the best one is the Dragon Ball Abridged.
I still have yet to see that.
It's so funny.
I lost interest in Dragon Ball very quickly.
I have never really seen the show, but I've watched all of the abridged episodes, and so it's got me into Dragon Ball because of these.
Yeah.
That's worth a watch.
Might have to watch that and see if I can get back into Dragon Ball, but I remember I was quite young when I liked it and slowly faded out with Naruto.
Yeah.
Which made more sense to me.
And on YouTube there's Vanderhoff Gaming. They're very funny. They play a lot of Gary's Mod.
Gmod.
Oh yes. Prop Hunt.
A lot of people play that good old Prop Hunt.
The Vanderhoff Gaming Prop Hunt is so funny. They've got one guy called Louis Caliber, and he can do this amazing child's voice.
Oh yeah.
So
doesn't he play Grand Theft Auto?
Yes. Yeah. So they troll people online as if he's a child because the voice he does is spot on. But he plays this child character when they're playing Prop Hunt. It's so funny. So yeah, Vanderhoff Gaming and Chowboy. There's a couple of Scottish guys who play Chowboy and Azzy, who play Battlefield 4. Makes me want to play the game, but I know I wouldn't have as much fun as they do.
Yeah.
For one, I'm not Scottish.
Even though the on Battlefield 4 they have just found the... What the hell is it?
Megalodon.
Megalodon, they found the Megalodon.
Guys, Chowboy and Azzy called him Keith.
Keith?
Yeah.
It's a really good name for a Megalodon.
And they found the Yeti as well.
They actually found it. I remember I seen some clips of people shooting up into the mountain. But
Yes.
I don't think
they haven't found it, but they shot into the mountain.
And then you hear it, yeah.
Was it Mount Chiliad?
I don't think it was.
No, that was just a guy dressed as a Yeti.
That was Scuzzlebutt.
Yeah, Scuzzlebutt.
With Patrick Duffy for a leg.
Nice.
He's in South Park. He's in the game Stick of Truth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in
Buck?
Jimbo.
Is it already plugged in?
He's in Jimbo's gun shop. He's stuffed and mounted.
Aww.
Boom! Oh look, Phil bought a charger.
Ta-da!
Well done, Phil.
Golf clap. Yes. Hi kids, I'm TV's Patrick Duffy.
That Wayne's World 2?
No,
Golf
that
clap.
is... Oh.
Golf clap. I know that from something.
We'll find out next week.
Because they go golf clap. Isn't it Wayne's World 2?
We'll find out next week.
We will, yeah. One of those many mysteries.
For next week.
There was some other things that popped up in last week's episode that... I say last week's episode, in the last episode.
Yeah.
It almost feels like last year's episode.
1998 episode.
Yes. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but that'll be next week's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week. Stay tuned, kids.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
I want that.
That too.
Alright,
go and score that.
Why not?
It was there. The opportunity happened.
Ambulance at the end then. What have you been writing down, Phil?
What haven't I been writing down?
Scrawlings.
It's all terrible writing, to be honest. I was just going to bring up just a few bits and bobs of news that kind of interesting. I was going to go on the Super Smash Bros. With the new characters that have been named.
Yes,
I
watched the
Nintendo Direct.
I did. I watched the Nintendo Direct and I live tweeted.
You live tweeted?
I did.
I didn't live
I was
tweet.
having issues with my computer, but
was it the computer or was it just the fact of so many people watching that Nintendo Direct?
At least this one was stable. The previous Nintendo Direct was so buggy, it was ridiculous.
I don't know which one that one was. Which one was that? Which one was that?
Oh, I can't quite remember.
The
last one.
The last one. Before this.
The last late night one.
Anyway.
Yes, new characters.
New characters. So we had Zero Suit Samus. Is she not a...
She's not new. She was in...
Was she in the other one as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't play the other one on the Wii.
She was, but wasn't she...
When you did the power-up move,
Yes.
she became Zero Suit Samus. Now she is just a different character. But yeah, that's one. And then you got Sheik, which is I'm quite upset about, personally.
Again, that's...
It's a new...
that used to be Princess Zelda's transformation.
Yeah, but now she doesn't transform.
No.
That's annoying to me, because I like the whole idea of having two characters for one. But then...
It is a bit of a cop-out.
I was going to say, that's 2 skin packs they've released, basically, at the moment, I've heard.
No, they are giving them enough to make them...
They're different. The Zero Suit Samus, they've changed her in the sense that they've given her rocket boots, or jet boots.
Right.
So it's a different character, completely. The moves aren't the same at all. It's just different. Whereas the Sheik is probably going to be the same as the Sheik from the last game, just with a different down B move. Because the down B move was the transformation. And I know the Zelda down B is Spirit Tracks. Do you know Spirit Tracks, where you had the guy with the big shield?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she can...
she can summon that guy as a down B move now. You also had Charizard.
On his own.
On his own.
Venturing out. Yeah, Charizard no longer...
needs Ivysaur and Squirtle.
Well, because it was
and
Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah, Pokemon Trainer with Charizard and Ivysaur and Squirtle.
I like that. I thought that was...
What, as Charizard?
Yeah.
So I didn't see any clips of Charizard, really, in the...
You didn't see the trailer?
I saw the trailer. I didn't see any gameplay of Charizard. I saw gameplay of the other character that I'm about to talk about in a minute. But Charizard, there wasn't... I don't think I saw any gameplay of Charizard, and I'm worried about the Charizard as a character.
I think he's just going to be your standard large character, slow but powerful.
And has the power of flight.
Limited flight, I would say.
Yeah. The other character that I'm really, really, really excited about is Pokemon X's Greninja, or Pokemon Y's Greninja.
Yes.
Yes.
With his tongue
staff. Yes. And they showed clips of him, and there's one scene where he actually transforms into Pokédoll, into a Pokédoll. What are they called? Which, you know, when you can summon out a Pokédoll just to take damage for the actual Pokemon.
Oh, like a substitute.
So, yeah, like a substitute. He can substitute, and then he can then teleport somewhere else and then attack.
That's quite cool.
And yeah, we've lost Dan.
No, you haven't. Yeah, what are you talking
about? They've previously Smash Brothers. You had.
That's right. I had that.
You had Pokemon, the Pokemon Trainer, who could use as his moves Bulbasaur. Venusaur,
Ivysaur, Charizard, and Squirtle.
Yep. But in this one, Charizard is his own separate character.
Oh yeah, I got that.
And they've added a new Pokemon called Greninja, who's like a frog who stands on 2 legs and has his tongue as his scarf.
And and he summons water shurikens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a ninja.
He's awesome.
He's a Greninja.
And
he can mega... His finisher's
No, he can't Mega Evolve. I don't know if Charizard can Mega Evolve, but they said that Lucario can Mega Evolve. So that must mean that Charizard could probably Mega Evolve. Because if Lucario can, and the way that Lucario does it is, I don't know if it's a bit cheap, really. I don't know. Because, you have to charge your moves for him, normally, and they get more powerful as you charge. Whereas if you just use it, they're just always going to be powerful no matter how long you hold on to it. Which I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Remains to be seen.
They've also released the concept of the Master Ball.
Yes.
Yes.
So you get stronger Pokemon will come out of those.
I don't know if I like
assists.
that.
I quite like that idea.
I don't know if I do. Because then everyone's going to rush towards the Master Ball. I like the idea.
Wasn't that the whole point? Everyone rushed towards the Pokeball.
Yeah, but then at the same time, in the Pokeballs, you could have a Goldeen, It's like Goldeen. Yeah, and it's just like, wow, that was bloody annoying. Or you had like really annoyingly pointless Pokemon that you didn't need. Snorlax was a pain in the backside.
Snorlax was like,
it was the whole screen.
Down and I always liked the Starmie.
Starmie was really good.
And could juggle the characters on
yeah, Starmie was really good, and you had the unknown Pokemon, which I thought was a pain in the backside. If you,
they swoop in from the top of the screen,
sides, Articuno, which froze you.
Yeah.
I don't know the other ones like so well. The dogs. I don't know what the dogs are called. A water dog.
Legendary dogs.
Yeah, the legendary water dog and things like that.
Legendary water dog.
Yeah, and the electric water dog and the fire water dog. I can't believe I just said fire water dog and electric water dog. As if you know.
Do you know what? I didn't even notice.
Well,
You hadn't said anything.
I brought it up on myself. You know, mistakes are made. The other game that I wouldn't mind bringing up is H1Z1, which has just been announced by Sony.
It's like DayZ.
Online, free-to-play, MMO.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It looks really good so far.
I didn't watch any of the footage. I just update. I don't even think I added it onto the. I don't even think I posted it on the Twitter feed.
Their website had a Morse code thing attached to it. And as people do, they're very intelligent, these people. They went and uncoded this message that took them to another site, which has a massive picture of this bloke with a car standing on top of a hill with a vast forest and another hill in the background, just showing you how big this place is going to be, that it's going to be set in, which looks fantastic. Let's see if I can find it. See if I can find it on here.
Don't do it!
Don't do it, Phil! No. You'll destroy everything!
It's the end of the world.
Downloads.
It does look like a pretty cool game, though.
It does look fantastic. Desktop. Talking to my computer. You can keep talking. Ba 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 ba. Let's see what else.
We weren't talking in the first place.
Weren't we?
We would have had to have been
talking about something. And what I spoke to Ant prior to your arrival, Julian Gollop, the guy who created XCOM, the original PC title, has got his funding for his Chaos Reborn title on Kickstarter, which looks kind of interesting. Which is you're summoning like giants, and you're summoning dwarves, and you're summoning
jutsu,
and you're summoning like different things to attack another mage and things like that, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's up on Facebook. Go and check our Facebook page. It will probably be up on Twitter tomorrow.
Yes. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the picture that they were talking about the H1Z1 title, which looks fantastic in my eyes, and I'm kind of excited, and yes. Anyway, moving on. Disney Infinity 2.0.
Oh.
Yes, they've taken it down now, unfortunately, but information has gone on their site and has been copied, which I will put on Twitter later, because I have copied it, about the Disney Infinity 2.0 coming in August 2014, and they've put a teaser trailer on. Well, they haven't actually. They deleted this off their site now, but they put a teaser on their Marvel.com on Marvel.com's website, and that's basically saying. And they've actually said the way they put it. The teaser promises such marvelous. They're very punny, these guys at Disney. Additions to the game as familiar characters, objects, and vehicles. So basically saying Marvel characters and objects and vehicles will be in the next Disney Infinity title.
Might as well.
They've got it.
They bought it. They might as well use it.
Might as well. Yeah. Team 17. I don't know if that's going to be much interest, really. And obviously the whole Sony selling their shares from, in Square Enix to a company, a big brokerage company in Japan, which is 9,520,000 shares, which I'm quite happy I got right this time. Because the amount of times I got it wrong before you came over was hilarious.
Are they bigger than Nintendo?
Everything's bigger than Nintendo.
I was actually going to ask, actually, how is that iOS app company that's...
It was, Puzzle, oh my god, I remember what it was, but now I can't. Oh my god. Dragons and...
They're that big that you've forgotten who they are. Isn't this the company that was going to destroy Nintendo?
No, I never said that. I never said they were going to destroy Nintendo. I just said they're doing really well, and they're beating Nintendo at the moment. Dragons and
it's such
Dragon
a big
Puzzle,
one.
Puzzles and Dragons, Puzzles to Jackal.
It's,
dear.
It's that iOS company, isn't it?
It is that iOS company. I'm sure someone out there will know what that iOS company is, and he's like, "Yeah, I know what this guy's talking about."
Yeah, they'll be at home now going, "Oh, is that the ones that are going to buy Nintendo?" Outright?
No, they're not going to be saying that.
Pocket chips.
Maybe in the year 2044 they'll be saying that. When they're re-listening to this one podcast.
There's still podcasts in 2044.
Well.
I'm sure there will be.
But they said that the transfer is expected to be a total of 4.8 billion yen, which I think was about $9 million?
Question mark at the end of that.
$9 million? But yeah, that's just a little bit of the little things that I jotted down,
That's
you know.
Phil's monkey news.
Monkey news.
Monkey news!
Anyway, so yeah.
That's good stuff. Thanks for that, Phil.
Well, you know, I try and be
I'd
informative.
forgotten about Smash Brothers.
Wow, how can you forget about Smash Brothers?
I know. I am eagerly awaiting.
Well,
the
yes,
arrival.
they did have they actually had information on launch days, but not actual launch days.
Yes.
It was launch time zones.
I still can't get over the 3DS version is coming out before.
Do you know, I think I have a reason for this.
Because the 3DS is the bigger console.
Yeah.
I like the fact you've got a cheeky little grin on your face right now. If you could see it, it would be fantastic.
It's true.
It is a bigger console. I think it's because...
What you want to do is you want to get your bigger console to have one of your titles so it can sell, and then they'll turn around and they'll be like, no, we scrapped the Wii U one.
Yeah.
Well, I think...
No, that's me being pessimistic. It's to get the word out, and then they'll have some link-up thing with it.
Well, I think they are having the link-up things. You can still use your 3DS title with the Wii U version. And the 3DS title doesn't look that bad. They've got the... I can't remember what they called it, but the Super Fights or something like that, where you have to go and attack loads of random enemies for 5 minutes, or 5 or 10 minutes, for power-ups, and then you have a 4-way battle against other people just to see who managed to get the most stuff, and which kind of looks interesting. But then I'm not too sure about the stylized look on it, and they were saying that the Pokemon are going to be running at 30 frames a second. I'm like, well, if they're running at 30 frames a second and you have it on 3D, but not I used the 3DS, the 3D in any way, shape or form, but that would be running at probably about 15 frames a second on 3D.
It's almost good as an Xbox One.
That runs at any frames a second?
It runs at a frame a second.
Yeah.
No, I quite like the. I might be tempted to get it for my 3DS to tide me over.
I know we partially slated the Wii U, but I probably will get a Wii U just to get that.
Wii U's a great console, it really is.
Yeah.
I love the Wii U, I really do.
I think that's going to be my next console, followed by a PS4, followed by a Vita, followed by one at some point when they go down to about a penny.
When they get, actually, the Xbox One £1.
Yeah, if it goes to £1, Microsoft, if you're hearing this, when you start selling your Xbox One for £1, I will be interested.
I'll think about it. I'll give it some more consideration.
Any less than I'll guarantee to buy it, but £1, yeah, I'll consider it.
I personally cannot wait till the end of May, Mario Kart 8.
I'm really interested in that as well.
I saw some comparison videos today. They have Donut Plains coming back for it from the original SNES version, and Toad's Turnpike coming back from the N64 version. And it's amazing how nice they look in the new version, but it's also nice to think back as like, wow.
Oh, you remember that course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Got my limited edition copy pre-ordered.
I like that limited edition copy. I don't know how big that blue shell's going to be, but I like it.
I'm just going to throw it at people. I'm going to run down the street, and if people run ahead of me, I just throw it
I was
out.
gonna say, there's always what people ahead of you. You can't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaboom! Blue shell.
To be honest, in Mario, well, I can't remember which one it is, but on the Wii, everyone seemed to have blue shells. On the Wii version, everyone just seemed to have blue shells.
Yeah, you're
You'll
right.
be in first, it's blue shell, followed by another blue shell, followed by a red shell, followed by another blue shell, and you're like, oh,
And lightning.
and lightning, yeah. It's like, oh, so I've just gone from first down to 7th.
Oh.
And I now get blue shells. Oh, I got blue shell. Oh, I got another blue shell. Another blue shell. Oh, and a red shell. And some speed. Oh, okay. And a blue shell. Oh, okay.
Nintendo emailed with they're doing other bundles, and you can, if you pre-order the limited edition one through them, you get the blue shell and you get a little red shell keyring and a Bullet Bill t-shirt.
That's pretty cool. I
So
like
I was
that.
like, okay.
I wouldn't mind
For
the blue
same
shell.
price,
Yeah.
I just hope it's day release. As I stomp up there and knock on the door.
What,
Like,
Nintendo,
oi.
Nintendo's door.
Yeah,
Nintendo Japan, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah. He's got tickets to
yeah.
fly
On the
across.
day.
On the day. Yeah,
On the
just
day.
in case. Just in case he's
Just in
bought
case.
tickets.
Get
Yeah.
to 9 o'clock.
Nine.
Knock on the door.
9 o'clock.
Well, yeah, the time difference actually. He
With
could
the
actually
time difference,
possibly-
is it?
He'd
Yeah.
be fine.
My flight getting about 1:45. Be fine.
Just knock.
Just head on over.
No sickness from the flight.
No.
No. Good with flying then.
No.
Fine.
I'd be
We're all
there,
sorted.
watch some telly.
Just what, sitting outside watching TV,
Yeah.
and then
on
he
my
walk on your-
travel telly.
on your travel TV.
Yeah,
And then
the
you'll
old ones
see
with
'em.
The proper aerials at the top.
Is it called TV Boy? I remember saying like a TV Boy.
They had one like that. Yeah. No, mine's through the Game Gear TV tuner.
That's
Oh,
what I was thinking, yeah, the Game
I remember
the
I-
Game Gear one.
Game Gear was an awesome console, and I think I told you to get your kid to play one of the games. on
You
Game
did.
Gear.
Can't
Good
remember
old-
what the game was now.
I can.
What was it?
Marble Blast.
Marble Blast.
Marble Blast.
I don't think I have that game.
Marble Blast is such an amazing
Um,
game.
I do have
So
quite a few Game Gear
infuriating.
titles, but that is not one of them. I do have Marble Madness on the NES,
Any of those Marble games were so infuriating.
and I did in the big boxes of stuff I picked up. I got some NES titles. One of them being Snake Rattle and Roll.
Nice.
The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy
I remember that one
Oh,
very
yes.
well.
on a black cartridge, which is actually rarer than I.
Imagined.
I looked at it. I was like, "What is this for?" And I looked it up, and it's an unofficial NES release by Codemasters because they didn't have the Nintendo license. So they made this black cartridge. It looks like a bit like a NES cartridge, but it's rounded on the edges.
Yeah.
And it's The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy. And then I've got another one which is called the Super 4 Game Pack or something, and it's actually a pass-through, like the Game Genie. You have to plug a normal NES game into it, and that apparently is quite rare as well. And I didn't even know I was getting them in this bundle.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
Bonus. Good.
Most good.
Anyway,
I think we'll round that off.
yeah, it's I'm not gonna lie, it's coming to about 2 hours worth there.
That's fine. We'll cut
Good,
it
good.
down.
We've
Yeah.
got time. We've got
Plenty of stuff.
Time.
We got time.
Super time.
Super.
Well, thanks everyone for listening to episode 2 of the podcast.
Vanderhoff and Co.
Vanderhoff and Co. I wasn't too sure what I was going to call it. If it was going to be called Lazy Gamer, I couldn't remember what.
Not anymore.
Not
We're
anymore.
not allowed that name.
No,
No.
that is verboten.
Vanderhoff and Co.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
the co.
So yes, thank you everyone thank you anyone for listening. Really,
Thanks for anyone who does download this.
Yeah, check
Make
us
sure.
out. Facebook.com/Noah's Arcade.
Arcade.
It is Noah's Arcade UK. I'm looking at that right now.
And Google Plus is Noah's Arcade as well.
Google Plus, everyone.
Yeah, we'll hopefully bring a lot more.
Yeah.
Um,
Next week.
and if
Or-
you're listening and you've got any advice,
Advice or requests?
or
advice?
or any insults, or just if you're listening, we just want to know you're out there.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we care.
We do.
care.
Yes.
We do.
We've got big hearts. Lots
Big
of
old
love.
throbbing hearts.
And big arms. Open wide.
Open wide arms there. Give
Ready.
Big
You
old
Ready
pedo-
to give you a big, like,
bear hug.
talk show hug.
and big old pedo beards.
I haven't got facial hair.
You
but
could borrow some of Phil's.
I could borrow some of Phil's. Shape it
I
off.
don't have that much. Not yet.
You've got a spare amount. You've both got facial hair, and I'm the only one who hasn't. It's okay though. I'm okay with that.
You
I'm
should
trying to
grow
imagine
some.
you with facial hair now.
Doesn't look great.
Next
should-
week, Ant with facial hair.
You will definitely hear all the hair follicles on my face next week.
All of them.
All of them. Each
Stay
one.
tuned.
It's going to be a great interview, I tell you guys. You're going to love it.
We're waiting. Next week. Everyone, stay tuned. I've been Monkey Man Phil.
I've been highest definition.
And I've been Anton Bain.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Goodbye. I'm waving like a queen.
Goodbye, robot.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Should we all stand up and say goodbye?
Okay, let's do
Let's
this.
stand up. And
It
say
seems
goodbye.
as we started with standing up and saying hello.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.